Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. We begin in the name of Almighty Allah, the most magnificent, the ever merciful. We glorify Him, we praise Him, and of course, we elevate His name as He ought to be elevated. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I extend to you the eternal and the universal salutation of peace. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. A most pleasant good morning going out to you on this beautiful Friday morning. It is, of course, the day of Jum'ah. We have now come to the end of the week. How has your week been thus far? We are now heading into the weekend. What plans have you got for the weekend? Of course, you can let me know all about it via the WhatsApp number 2994103. As always, I do pray and hope that you are healthy, well, enjoying a period of happiness, prosperity, and well-being. And above all, I do hope that you are safe and sound. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safar Asghani, here in your company once again on this auspicious and holy day of Jum'ah. I say to you, may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be upon you. And of course, I take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to Pandit Shiv and Hari Prasad for those beautiful and wonderful words of inspiration and motivation. And as we always do, we do wish him a safe and a speedy trip back home. All praises are due to Almighty Allah, the Lord of the worlds, the magnificent, the merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. O Allah, it is you do we worship, and from you only do we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those upon whom you have bestowed your favor, not the path of those who have evoked your anger, nor the path of those who have gone astray. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. Today's Islamic date is the 17th day in the month of Muharram, which of course is the first month on the Islamic calendar. And just a couple of weeks ago, we rolled over to the new year, 1445 on the Islamic calendar. We are currently still in the month of Muharram, which in itself is a very blessed month. It is a month of fasting, it is a month of charity, and of course, above all, it is a month of general worship. We're trying our very best to gain a heightened level of spirituality. Today also coincides with the very first Friday in the month of August for the year 2023. And now as we're getting ready to commence the holy day of Jum'ah here in Trinidad and Tobago, allow me now to take the opportunity to welcome you live on air, on the internet, and of course live on Facebook as well for this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations. I'm yours truly, Imam Safar Asghani, and you're locked on to 103.1 FM. By all means, do keep it locked on as we aim to enrich and enlighten your soul. Madina, Madina. Madina, Madina. एक बार ही दिखा दो आका मुझे मदीना बेशक बना दो मेहमान दो घड़ी अगर मिल गई मुझको राह मदीना मोहम्मद का नक्शे कदम चूम लूंगा अकीदत से काबे में सर को झुकाकर निगाहों से पावे हरम चूम लूंगा अगर मिल गई मुझको राह मदीना मोहम्मद का नक्शे कदम चूम लूंगा जो तय करके आएंगे राह मदीना
ملا لوں گا میں ان کے سینے سے سینہ، جو طے کر کے آئیں گے راہ مدینہ، ملا لوں گا میں ان کے سینے سے سینہ، جن آنکھوں نے دیکھا ہے طیبہ کا منظر، وہ آنکھیں خدا کی قسم چوم لوں گا، جن آنکھوں نے دیکھا ہے طیبہ کا منظر، وہ آنکھیں خدا کی قسم چوم لوں گا، اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ، محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا، میری زندگی صرف عشق نبی ہو، جو غم مجھ کو اس میں ملے وہ خوشی ہو، میری زندگی صرف عشق نبی ہو، جو غم مجھ کو اس میں ملے وہ خوشی ہو، کسی غم کی راہوں میں آنکھیں بچھا کر میں پلکوں سے آ کے حرم چوم لوں گا، کسی غم کی راہوں میں آنکھیں بچھا کر میں پلکوں سے آ کے حرم چوم لوں گا، اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ، محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا، میرے دل کو ہے بس نبی سے عقیدت، کسی دن تو جاگے گی میری بھی قسمت، میرے دل کو ہے بس نبی سے عقیدت، کسی دن تو جاگے گی میری بھی قسمت، جو آئیں گے کر کے سفر مدینہ، میں خوش ہو کے ان کے قدم چوم لوں گا، جو آئیں گے کر کے سفر مدینہ، میں خوش ہو کے ان کے قدم چوم لوں گا، اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ، محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا، عقیدت سے کعبے میں سر کو جھکا کر نگاہوں سے پاوے حرم چوم لوں گا، اگر مل گئی مجھ کو راہ مدینہ، محمد کا نقش قدم چوم لوں گا.
You are tuned into Soul Inspirations on 103.1 FM with yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani. And as always, I must say it's an absolute honor and, of course, a personal pleasure to be in your company once again for around about the next hour or so. I want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, located at number 66 Omera Industrial Estate out there in Arima. Contact number 645-8326 6639-144. Island Chicken Meats and Poultry Processors, located at number 47 Carney Savannah Road out there in Charleville. Contact numbers 471-3850 382-5418. Nicer Brand Products Limited at number 23 Volcan Road out there in Canupia. Of course, you can contact them on 665-3078 665-3079. And F&A Hardware and Shopping Center, located at number 280 Rosha Douglas Road out there in Parrotpore. Contact number 277-8000. And of course, you can be sure to reach out to me. You can message me this morning via the WhatsApp number 2994103. Alternatively, you can send me a message via the Facebook feed live as well. On the program this morning, as we always tend to do, we've got a very interesting segment lined up for you. Of course, we start off with our short inspirational segment, followed by the early morning call to prayer. And as we work our way across the course of the program, I'll be sharing with you a few beautiful Islamic selections. And of course, coming up later on, more towards the end of the program, as we get into our lecture segment, I'll be talking about the ills of being judgmental. That, of course, is coming up more towards the end of the program. So we've got lots to look forward to as we work our way through this particular hour. By all means, do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM. You're listening to Soul Inspirations. And I'm yours strongly, Imam Safar Gani.
मैं भटका हुआ था, परेशान था मैं, सहारा भी मुझको मिला था न कोई। तुझे मैंने सबके दिलों में जो ढूंढा, मिला मुझको अपने ही दिल के किनारे। या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या रहीम या करीम। ज़मी के हुस्न में शराबूर था मैं, उठाता था सर ढूंढता था मैं तुझको। पहाड़ों सितारों बदलती फिजाओं को जब मैंने समझा, मिला मुझको तू ही। या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या रहीम या करीम। या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी, तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब। हाँ करीम या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी, तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब। हाँ करीम लगा के ये दिल मैंने दुनिया से देखा, फिर ऐसा हुआ दिल लगाया ये तुझसे। न दर में न शहर में न अपने ही घर में, मिला जो सुकून कलब तेरे घर में। या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या अल्लाह या रहीम या करीम। या रहीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी, तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब। हाँ करीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी, तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब। हाँ करीम या करीम माफ कर दे मुझको भी, तू ही तो बस मेरे है सबसे करीब।
Allah's blessings and mercies on this beautiful Friday morning. It is, of course, the day of Jum'ah, the very end of the week, the very special day during the course of the week where we turn our attention to the Almighty. We try to strive for higher spiritual ground. And as we look forward to another day, a brand new month, the month of Muharram, the first month on the Islamic calendar, as we look forward to a new year, always remember and keep this in the foremost part of your brain that failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. It is part of the process. And you fail, you pick yourself up, you gain the experience to become successful the next time around. And you have to understand that braveness is not the absence of fear, but rather the strength to keep going, the strength to keep moving forward despite the fear. That is what you will call braveness. So as we embrace a new day, as we embrace a new year, a new month, embrace failure, and use that failure to become a better person. Look yourself in the mirror every morning and say to yourself that I am stronger today because of my hard times. I am wiser today because of my mistakes of yesteryear. And above all, I am happier today because of all of my sad experiences in the past. So today, on that note, I want to say to you this morning, may Almighty Allah bless you in this upcoming day. May He remove all challenges, all obstacles from your path. May He continue to open the doors of mercy upon you. May He continue to guide your footsteps towards all that is good. May He continue to bless you with happiness, prosperity, and above all, the strength and courage to face the hardships, difficulties, and the challenges that may come your way this day. I want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Nicer Brand Products Limited of number 23 Brocard Road out there in Canopia. Phone number 665-3078, 665-3079. F&A Hardware and Shopping Center, located at number 280 Rochard Douglas Road out there in Barrackpore. Contact number 277-8000. Iron Chicken Meats and Poultry Processors, located at number 47 Currently Savannah Road out there in Charleville. Contact number 471-3850, 382-5418. And the Original Barbecue Hut Limited, located at number 85 to 89 Sipera Road, Victoria Village out there in San Fernando. Phone numbers 64657-9429. I want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to Mana from out there in Arima. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning. Thank you so much for your message. Pleasant good morning as well going out to Sita Maharaj, Mira Ramnarayan from out there in Barrackpore. Happy to have you on board this morning. Thank you so much for your message. Assalamu alaikum going out to Brother Fareed from out there in Dow Village in California. May Allah continue to bless you and your family as well. Of course, on the Facebook feed live, I want to say a very pleasant good morning. Assalamu alaikum going out to Brother Hamza Muhammad from out there in Gasparilla. Brother Nigel from out there in Birmingham in the UK. Assalamu alaikum. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and your family as well. Fani Bahadur, assalamu alaikum, and Jummah Mubarak going out to you as well. Our inspirational segment is coming up very, very shortly. So by all means, do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM. This is Soul Inspirations. And I'm yours truly, Imam Safras Ghani. So this morning, I want you to picture in your mind the king of the jungle, the great lion. So the lion lives with his pride in his natural habitat. He has an army, and that army hunts in packs, hunts in a group with planned strategy. Being the strongest, the alpha male lion will reign over the pride, unchallenged with power. Now I want you to picture the same exact alpha male lion, but this time caged in a zoo, controlled and manipulated by human beings. The result will be a depressed beast, deprived of his powerful nature. That same powerful lion that was once so powerful in his natural habitats now becomes a depressed beast, deprived of his true self. Now, I want you to imagine that you are the lion. Each one of us was born with amazing natural abilities But like the line above, deprived, those abilities and that potential will be wasted. A weak mind will kill your potential. Hence the reason that we have to highlight the importance of being strong. If you struggle with a caged mind, and if you don't believe in yourself, you will always be plagued with uncertainty of what you could achieve. In short, to live life to the fullest is to live your life in freedom. Just like the lion needs to be free in order to be the king of the jungle, you need to free yourself from yourself. It's very important. Regardless of what you go through in life, you must be strong. And that is what I want to say to you this morning. Regardless of who you are, regardless of where you are, regardless of what you may be experiencing in your life at this point in time, I want to say to you this morning, be strong. Staying strong can often seem like a very, very hard thing to do. At times it seems as though you cannot be strong. It seems as though everyone and everything around you is against you. Sometimes you feel like maybe everyone else is right and you should just give up. Well, let me be the first to tell you, let me be the first to say, please do not give up. Do yourself a huge favor and stay strong. We have all been there. We have all had times where we thought that giving up was the easiest choice. When you have every right to give up, and you have every right to think that you will not succeed, think again. Because like the Quran mentions, after every difficulty comes ease. I want you to know this morning that you are strong even when people say that you are not. I want you to know this morning that you are strong even when you have a weak moment. You are strong, you can be strong, and you will be strong. Being strong is your only choice. People tend to show their strengths in different ways. So please, do not let anyone tell you that you are not strong, that you cannot do it, that you can't achieve. Staying strong does not mean that you never cry. It does not mean that you never show emotion. Staying strong does not mean that you will never have days when you are down. It does not mean that you will never have days where you question your strength. It does not mean that you will not have days when you are not the strongest version of yourself. I want you to know that you can still be weak even when you are strong. Staying strong is really all about defying the odds. It is about being the person who people do not expect you to be. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentions that a strong believer is better than a weak believer. And in this tradition, the term strong is a general term, very, very broad-based, meaning that that person who is strong in every facet of his life, he is strong in every area of his life, whether be it physical, mental, spiritual, any possible area you can think about, always strive to be strong. In your life, you've got no room for weakness. You've got to keep moving on. You've got to keep moving forward. Because we live in a dog-eat-dog world. If you're not strong, people tend people tend to sense weakness. And the worst part of it is that once they sense weakness, they tend to prey on that weakness. So especially in today's era, you cannot show your weakness. Strength is something that comes from within you. That is something that you have to find and you have to build as you go through life. And that has to be one of your main goals. Being strong doesn't mean that you never have worn and tired out days. Being strong means there are days when you would rather stay in bed, but you choose to pull yourself up and you choose to start your day anyway. It is important every day when you get up, you look yourself in the mirror and you intend to start a new day. Make the intention that today I am going to be the strongest version of myself. How do you be strong? Stop fearing failure. Failure is not the opposite to success. Failure is the springboard that can take you towards success. So as you go through the journey of your life, be responsible, have integrity, and above all, have confidence in yourself that the Almighty will take you where you have to go. Don't allow people to convince you that you cannot. Don't allow people to convince you that you are weak. Believe in yourself, trust in the Almighty, and that is where you now have the courage to move on. That is my message to you this morning. On that note, I want to end by sharing with you this. There was once a baby camel was living with his mother in the zoo. So one day he asked his mother, why do we have humps? So the mother smiled and said, well, we camels are desert animals. We spend our lives in the deserts. And of course, there is scarcity of water. We store water in our humps so that we can survive for many days without water. The baby camel stayed quiet, and after a while, the baby camel asked, well, why are our legs long? And why do we have soft, round, padded feet? So once again, the mother replied, well, camels are known as the ships of the deserts. With long legs, we can keep our bodies farther away from the hot ground, and we have large, round, padded feet so that our feet would not sink in the sand. Again, the baby camel remained quiet. The third time, the baby camel asked, why do we have thick, long eyelashes? Mother replied, well, that is to protect yourself when you're traveling through the desert, to protect your eyes from the sun. So after a while, the baby camel replied, if Almighty Allah has given us so many talents to live in the desert, what on earth are we doing living in the zoo? And at that point, the mother became speechless. This story tells us of how we can be useless, living, working, and even learning in the wrong environments. It is important to know your place. It is important to know your potential. Know who you are, know where you are, and above all, stay grounded with the Almighty. If you can accomplish that, then all doors will be thrown open to you. So I say to you this morning, be fearless. Know your potential. And above all, always remain connected with the Almighty. And without a shadow of a doubt, good will come your way. At this point on the program, we now get into the early morning call to prayer. The early morning call to prayer is being brought to you this morning through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Cunupia. Allah
أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على حي على حي
Very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning is being brought to you through the kind courtesies of Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia, the Price Club Supermarket located at Ramsaran Street in Chagonas, contact number 671-7777, and Port Hardware Limited Wholesale Division located at Frederick Settlement in Caroline. Phone number 662-1233, 678-0857. Our lecture segment is coming up next. By all means, do keep it locked on to 103.1 FM. This is Soul Inspirations, and I'm yours truly, Imam Safras Gan.
يا من صليت بكل الأنبياء، يا من في قلبك رحمة للناس، يا من ألفت قلوبا بالإسلام، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد، يا من حليت حياتنا بالإيمان، يا من بجمالك علمت الإحسان، يا من نورت قلوبنا بالقرآن، يا حبيبي يا شافعي يا رسول الله، بأمي وأبي فديتك سيدي، صلاة وسلام عليك يا نبي. حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد، حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد. صلى الله على خاتم الأنبياء محمد رحمة للعالمين، رحمة للعالمين. محمد رحمة للعالمين.
بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد حبيبي يا محمد أتيت بالسلام والهدى محمد حبيبي يا محمد يا رحمة للعالمين يا محمد.
Every night in my dreams, I pray that I see you. That is what I ask. Allah. Far across the distance and spaces between us, I want to see your face. May Father soon, I can't wait to be with you and hold you and be loved. Your love can touch us one time and last for a lifetime. Your sunnahs have led me through my life. Ya Ilahi, you have blessed us with your prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Father soon, I can't wait to be with you and hold you and be please send me so Allah forgives me and I can be in Jannah and hold you,
Welcome back. I'm yours truly, Imam Safraz Ghani, host of this weekly program titled Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. On this beautiful Friday morning, it is the end of the week. It is, of course, the day of Jum'ah. Jummah Mubarak going out to you and yours, and may the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you at all times. At this point in the program, we now get into the lecture segment. And of course, just as a reminder, you can message me via the WhatsApp number 2994103. And of course, you can send me a message via the Facebook feed live as well. So this morning, we're talking about the ills of being judgmental. And as you carry on with the runnings of your day-to-day life, sometimes you may witness things which will cause you to lose faith in humanity and will cause you to wonder where on earth are we headed as a people? But then, on other occasions, you witness or you experience things that simply causes your faith in humanity to be restored. And in those moments, you say to yourself that there is still hope for humanity. Well, earlier this week, I got to witness both ends of the spectrum. As many of you would know, the Indian cricket team is on tour in the West Indies. And as part of the Trinidad leg of the tour, 2 games were played earlier this week at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Tarouba. And of course, cricket being one of my passions, I took the liberty to attend the games. And like I mentioned, I was able to witness both ends of the spectrum. I witnessed something that made me really wonder, where are we headed as a people? But then not long after that, I witnessed something else that just restored my faith in humanity. And that I want to share with you this morning. So as we were sitting there looking at the game, a steward came and was passing around collecting the garbage from under the vacated seats. And as he was doing that, there were a few people who were sitting behind us. They started to make fun out of this person. And they started to, make all of these degrading comments about his job and his profession, about what he was doing, whether they were under the influence of alcohol or not. I think these comments were really unfortunate, quite degrading. But the person was brave enough to take it on the chin and just move on with a smile on his face. Witnessing that, I thought to myself, where are we really heading as a people? What gives them the right to make fun out of this individual for making an honest living? He's not trying to steal from anyone. He's not trying to rob or murder anyone. He's here trying to make an honest living. But then you are there to mock him. You are there to make fun of him. I thought that was very, very unbecoming of a human being, from one human being to another. Shortly after that, it was time for the midday prayer. So we went round the back and we spoke to one of the officers who were there. We told them that, we'd like a space where we can offer our midday prayer. The officer was very, very polite, quite accommodating. As a matter of fact, the officer went and got a few other officers, and they were polite enough to cordon off an area for us to offer our prayers. When I witnessed this, my faith in humanity was restored. And I said to myself, that there is still hope for us as a people. The epitome of respect. Knowing that someone else has a different belief. Knowing that someone else might be different from myself. But in spite of those things, to have respect for another human being as a human being, that to me is the epitome of respect. And as human beings, we are naturally judgmental at times. We can be extremely judgmental with one glance. Hence the reason why these huge conglomerates and these huge companies, they know this fact that we can be judgmental. And they use that against us in their marketing schemes. When they want to advertise their products, they would use the image of a beautiful lady. They would use the image of a handsome, muscular guy. I mean, they're selling toothpaste, but they're using the image of a beautiful lady. Where is the connection? They're selling toothpaste, but they're using the image of a muscular man. Again, where is the connection? But the connection is that as human beings, we can be very judgmental at a single glance. With one look, we tend to stereotype, we tend to paint an image in our minds about the other person, and we tend to judge others based on their looks, based on their work, their jobs, their careers, the amount of money they have in the bank, their lineage. We judge a person based on the house that he lives in, the car he drives, and then we make a judgment that I like or I dislike the person based on the above mentioned factors. And what is worse, what is even worse, we judge a person based on what we have heard about them without even ever getting to know the person for ourselves. Because we heard something about that person, we never met the person, we never had an interaction with the person on our own, but very quickly we're able to cast judgment on that person. Before you cast judgment on a person based on what you heard, ask yourself this: have you ever met with or had any interaction with that person in order to make your own judgments? And many times we are quite guilty of this. That person, I don't like that person. Why? Why don't you like him? Why don't you like her? Well, I heard this about that person. I heard this about him. I heard this about her. And the question I have for you this morning: have you really interacted with that person to find out if that's true or not? The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, mentions in one of his traditions that there are many disheveled folk, untidily kept, who are pushed away from the doorways. They are pushed to one side. People do not consider them to be significant, but in the eyes of Allah, they are extremely significant. There are those who are insignificant upon the face of the earth, but highly significant in the heavens. Why? Because of their connection with the Almighty. Regardless of who you are, what you do, don't cast judgment upon another person because of the way they look, because of how they may speak. You never know the type of connection they have with the Almighty. There are certain people, they are so connected with the Almighty that all they have to do is lift their hands and pray, and Allah will accept their prayers. So just because you don't know a person or he's different to you in some way, that doesn't mean that you have the right to cast judgment on that person. From one human to another, the least you can have is respect. Even if you may not agree with the beliefs of that person, you may not agree with the look of that person, at least we can have respect. I pray that Almighty Allah continues to bless us all. May Allah continue to enlighten us as a people, and may Almighty Allah continue to show us the way forward. And above all, may we use every opportunity to come closer to Allah and to become better version of ourselves.
Everything I have, everything I own, everything I eat is thanks to you. Every breath I take, every bird I hear, every smile I see is thanks to you. Alhamdulillah, 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 all thanks to Allah. Alhamdulillah, 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 all thanks to Allah. Every drop of rain is a mercy from above, feeding all the earth is thanks to you. Every ray of sun, the light of the moon, the wind when it blows is thanks to you. Alhamdulillah, 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 all thanks to Allah. Alhamdulillah, 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 all thanks to Allah. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. All praises are for you. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. All praises are for you. Everything is thanks to you, Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks to Allah. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. All thanks to Allah.
As we're coming to the end of the program for this morning, I want to take the opportunity to say a very special thank you going out to the sponsors. The program this morning has been brought to you through the kind courtesies of the Price Club Supermarket, located at Ramsaran Street in Chagonas. Contact number 671-7777. Point Fortune Hardware Limited Wholesale Division, located at Frederick Settlement in Caroni. Contact number 662-1233-678-0857. Adams Project Management and Construction Limited, located at number 66 Omera Industrial Estate out there in Arima. Contact number 645-8326-663-9144. The Original Barbecue Hut Limited, located at number 85 to 89 Sipera Road, Victoria Village out there in San Fernando. Contact number 657-9429. And Absolute Investments Limited of Monroe Road in Canupia. I also want to take the opportunity as well to say a very, very special salam and greetings of peace going out to Patricia James from out there in Macaulay. Thank you so much for your message this morning. Thank you so much for joining us on the program this morning. Happy anniversary going out to you and yours. May Allah continue to bless you with many, many more wonderful years ahead. Pleasant good morning as well going out to Mala from out there in Mayaro, and also Mala from out there in Arima. Pleasant good morning going out to both Malas. May Allah continue to bless you and your families. I want to say a very pleasant good morning as well going to Amita Ramdas from out there in Karapi, China. Hema Gulcharan from out there in Point Fortune. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Margaret Marcano, thank you so much for joining us on the program as well. Of course, on our Facebook feed live, I want to say a very special salam going out to Brother Hameen Khan. Assalamu alaikum, Jumma Mubarak going out to Sister Felicia and Brother Jimmy from out there in Hartlepool in the United Kingdom. And I also want to take the opportunity as well to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to Laura Lochan, who I was fortunate enough to bump into yesterday. Thank you so much, for your kind words. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. It's always a good occasion when you bump into a fan of 103.1, when you bump into a fan of the show. Thank you so much for your kind words. May Allah continue to bless you and your family. And of course, I want to say a very special salam and greetings of peace going out to you, our listeners and viewers who joined us on the program this morning, and to everyone who messaged on the program, both locally and internationally. I say to you, may the peace and blessings of Almighty Allah be with you. Of course, as always, it was an absolute pleasure to be in your company over the past hour or so. By all means, do catch me next week Friday from 5 a.m. for another segment of Soul Inspirations, your program for inspiration, information, education, and entertainment. I'm your host and brother in humanity, Imam Safraz Ghani, signing out for this morning. On this beautiful Friday morning, by all means, until next week, do have an extremely blessed day. Stay safe and stay in the mercy of Almighty Allah. Much love. May the peace, blessings, and mercies of Almighty Allah be with you. Up next is News at 6, followed by Prabhat. By all means, do keep a locked on to 103.1 FM for more inspirational and motivational programming throughout the course of today. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
It's been a long time without you, my friend. And now that I have found you, I don't want this to end. We've come a long way, my love, from where we began. And now that I have found you, I don't want this to end.
I don't wanna do it. I remember all the nights I used to pray. Talking to my Lord, I used to say, please give me a wife who changed my life. Now I found my best friend, my own. She makes me a better man and completes my faith. Now we wake for Fajr and we pray together. Inshallah, it's forever. It's been a long time without you, my friend. And now that I have found you, I don't want this to end. We've come a long way, my love, from where we began. And now that I have found you, I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. Oh, oh, I remember when love was far away. Oh yeah, and now she's come, love has come to stay. She's my favorite color, she's my favorite picture, she's my everything, she's my all. This is all thanks to you, you're the only one. He answered my prayer, the patience was a pressure. At the end I got to. It's been a long time without you, my friend. And now that I've found you, I don't want this to end. We've come a long way, my love, from where we began. And now that I've found you, I don't want this to end. I don't want this to end. Oh.